up, y'all? Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Let's get it cracking, man. Oh yeah, and I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. You can catch me live Sunday too with KQKC Boxing Network. And also, do not forget to hit me up if you want to debate. knockoutboxing860yahoo.com is the email address. Let's get it cracking though. Frank Martin finally comes out and tells his side of the story with what happened with Shakur Stevenson. He went on the Queens of the Ring, Nick J's channel, and Boxiana, and did an interview. And they did a great job interviewing him, asked all the questions that we wanted answers to, allowed him to talk. I hate when people do interviews and they talk over the person or they put words in the person's mouth or whatever. They ain't do that. They asked the question and they let him give his perspective and tell his side of the story. So great job on the interview from them. Go check it out. Again, that's on Nick J channel, Queens of the Rings. Go check them out if you want to know where I'm getting this information from. Great interview. It's only about 35 minutes long, and they covered everything that we needed covered as fight fans. So definitely a great job there. As far as Frank Martin and what he had to say, though, that's what this video is about. What he said about Shakur Stevenson and their negotiations and why it fell through, it moved me in absolutely no way, bro. It didn't move me off my square in no way. As a matter of fact, it made it worse for him. It made it worse, in my opinion. Like, just listening to what he said and some of the reasons that he was giving for why the fight fell through, I call major cap, bro. I call major cap on that young man. And I'm a fan of his, bro, but I'm not going to get in front of this goddamn microphone and this camera and tell y'all anything other than what I honestly, truly believe. And I call cap, bro. I call cap. So, if you run it down, just running through what Frank Martin told us. He told us that he agreed to the venue, he agreed to the date, he agreed to the to everything. But then when they sent him the paperwork and he saw what the money was, that the money wasn't right, and he asked for more money, they didn't want to give it to him. That's why the fight fell through, and boom, that's where we at. That's what he said. But the reason I'm calling cap is because, bruh, number one, this was a mandatory title shot for a vacant belt, meaning that if they didn't come to an agreement, that the fight was going to purse bid. So what Frank Martin is asking us as fight fans and asking me as a content creator to believe is that him and the teams went back and forth. They discussed the venue. You know, the fight could be over here in Shakur's hometown. We could have the fight in Vegas. We're going to have the fight on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? This is the date of the fight. That both sides talked about all of that, but money didn't come up until they sent it to him, and then he seen that it wasn't right. Like, nah, this ain't right. You mean to tell me they talking about dates and venues and where the fight is going to be and when the fight is going to be, and they ain't talk about money yet? So you just agreeing to fight dates, and you just agreeing to this venue over there or that venue over there, and ain't nobody told you what you were getting paid yet. As a matter of fact, when people know that it's a threat of a purse bid looming, that's going to be one of the first things they talking about, because the purse bid is literally them bidding on the pot for the fight and how much the fighters are going to make. So with the threat of a purse bid looming, a September 5th purse bid, the fight ordered on August the 26th, the purse bid is potentially going to happen on September the 5th, in them 9 days or whatever it is that they talked about venue, they talked about the date of the fight, having it in Shakur hometown, having it in Las Vegas, the network that the fight is going to be on, but y'all ain't talking about money at all. With a purse bid looming and knowing that the shit could go to purse bid if y'all don't come to an agreement on the money. Y'all talked about everything else but that, and they just sent you some paperwork, and you saw the money wasn't right, and then you started asking for more. Y'all didn't talk about the money at all during that time. Cap, bro. You agreed to the money. Then once you agreed to the money, maybe the fight start getting more buzz. You agreed to the term. Maybe the fight start getting more buzz. After you done already agreed to it, then they sent that shit over to you like, oh shit. Nah, I need more. After you had already agreed to a dollar amount, you just don't want to say that shit, bro. That's what happened. Ain't nobody, bro. And I know that's a double negative, but I need to drive that shit all the way home. Ain't nobody like Bob Arum Al Heyman or TGB Promotions, they too damn experienced to negotiate everything else and just leave out, hey, what the fighter's making. They too damn smart. Like, they've been doing this shit too long. Hey, let's talk about the venue. Let's talk about the date. Let's talk about where the fighter's at. And then you can just send me over what you gonna pay my fighter. Don't even talk to me about it first. That don't make no sense. That makes no sense, bro. So immediately I'm like, nah, Frank, please come harder. Please come harder. Then he keep talking. And he do this again. And I'm going to advise Frank Martin, bro, or any other fighter, don't speak on other people's shit, bro. Because, number one, it don't make no sense. Number two, you don't know what's going on. And number three, clearly, bro, your math, and maybe you didn't hear it for yourself. You just going off of narratives and shit. You can't do that. He basically was saying that he bought up Devin Haney offering Shakur Stevenson $8 million or something. And that if he was offering him $8 million, then the $3 million that Shakur said he was getting was capped, and Shakur been capping about this and capping about that. And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, young man, bro. Number one, if Devin Haney was getting Shakur Stevenson $8 million, that means Devin Haney was making $24 million. Cause all we know about that situation is 75-25 was what the offer was, or what they went back and forth about. And $8 million is 25% of $32 million, which means Shakur would have got 8 and Devin would have got 24. That don't make no sense. And the only person that even bought up $8 million was a dude that was on the channel that was asked a question that said, that let you know it was a hypothetical. He said, let's say that Shakur was getting offered $8 million. Let's say that. And then you just ran with it and tried to make it into some real shit as to why you pulled out from the fight, bro. That shit didn't make no sense, dog. So, if you really break it down and you put it into context, Frank Martin's argument is he don't believe Shakur was really getting $3 million. He think he was getting more because he noticed Shakur was getting $8 million to fight Devin Haney. And so he felt like it was more in the pot than what they were trying to offer him. The fight was bigger, and so he asked for more money. And he also is saying that he saw the money wasn't right when they sent him the offer, and that they talked about venues and all that shit. He agreed to everything, but then when they asked for the money, they said the money wasn't right. He had to ask for more money. And also that $1 million really ain't $1 million. And because he got trainer fees and all these other fees and stuff. Well, you got those same fees when you making your $75,000 payday. You got the same fees when you making your $250,000 payday. $1 million is still more than all of that. So I didn't understand that. But most of all, what gets him and what's gonna continue to get him, bro, and why he just need to move on and just chalk it up as a loss, bro. Your side was part of them calling off the purse bid. And there's no way you're going to get anyone that is objective, anyone that is reasonable to believe that you didn't agree to that $1 million first and then ask for more after. That's going to always be looked at as a duck, bro. If you had an issue with the money, you should never have agreed. You should have just took the shit to purse bid or continued to negotiate. You could have asked for an extension from the WBC. Hey, everything's going good. We've agreed to the venue. We've agreed to ESPN. We've agreed to the date of the fight. We just need another week or so to iron out the details about the money. Your team didn't do that, bro, and that is what is going to get you every time when you're dealing with somebody that know what the hell they talking about or that understands how to think analytically, bro. So you should just stop it, bro. You only making it worse. What happened is, from now that I have the full picture, both sides negotiated. Both sides negotiated. They came to an agreement with everything, money included. And then when they sent that offer to Frank Martin, he got to thinking about it. He got to thinking about how big the fight is, how dangerous the fight is, how he could possibly lose. And he asked for more money after already agreeing to a dollar amount. They said no, so he pulled out the fight. That's what happened, bro. Okay? That's what happened. And anybody else that you don't like, or that you don't like as much as Frank Martin, if they perform those same actions, if they agreed to a dollar amount that was their highest payday times 4 or 5, if they agree to it, they agree to the terms of the fight, they have everything done, then when they get the paperwork, they ask for more money and then pull out of the fight if they don't get the more money, y'all would call anyone else a duck. And by y'all, I'm talking about anybody that's still telling me Frank Martin didn't duck Shakur Stevenson, bro. When you just take your emotions out of it and you look at the facts of this situation, you look at it being ordered. You look at them with the threat of going to purse bid. You look at both sides agreeing to call the purse bid off because they came to an agreement. You look at the fight being done and then Frank pulling out the fight because he didn't get more money after he had already agreed to money. Bro, you can't call them nothing but a duck. The only argument that people will try to come with, and the argument that he's trying to make, because it's the only one that he can make, and it's the one that some of his fans may still hold on to, is that he agreed to the date and the venue and all of that shit, but they sent him the money and the money wasn't right on the first try. And he asked for more, and then they said, nah, we can't give you more. And then he said, all right, negotiation fell through. But again, bro, if you believe that, then that's on you. Because it doesn't make sense, and you know it doesn't make sense. These two entities ain't finna just be negotiating back and forth about dates and venues, and they ain't came to an agreement on what the fighters' purses are. The fighters' purses is the most important thing of the entire negotiations. What do they look like talking about dates and venues if they don't know that both fighters are cool with the money that they making, bro? Who would do that? You think Al Heyman and Tom Brown and Bob Arum, the people negotiating for Top Rank, you think they stupid enough to go book venues, get dates and all that shit, start putting undercards together, and they ain't even agreed on what the two main fighters gonna make in the fight, bro? No, you wanted more money after agreeing to a certain amount, and then you pulled out when you didn't get more money, you ducked, bro. I don't know what else to tell y'all. But again, great interview by the Queens of the Ring. They did a phenomenal job, but Frank Martin capping his ass off, and he ain't moving me in no way. As a matter of fact, I'm even more sure of my stance. The takes is still aging like fine wine over here. I'm even more sure. I'm even more positive, based off of what he said, that he ducked out on this fight, bro. He ducked out on this fight with Shakur Stevenson. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Comment. Oh, and then let me say this, bro. Because I see this in my comment section. And I hear this over and over again. And so let me end the video with this. For the whole, hey, man, if you calling Frank Martin a duck, then you should be calling Shakur Stevenson a duck for what he did to Devin Haney. Let me holler at y'all for a minute, bro. Let me holler at y'all real quick before I get you on out the way. Number one, Shakur Stevenson never agreed to terms with Devin Haney. Frank Martin did agree to terms with Shakur Stevenson. Number two, Shakur Stevenson petitioned Devin Haney in the WBC and the WBO to try to get a more favorable split. Since Devin Haney didn't want to offer him a favorable split, and he put Devin Haney in a position to either fight him or vacate his belts. Frank Martin didn't do that. Frank Martin asked for more money after agreeing to money and then pulled out of the fight. He didn't let the thing go to purse bid. As a matter of fact, if he wanted more money, he could still say, you know what, our agreement is off. So go ahead and put the purse bid back on. Because they playing with the money. So we wanted to go to purse bid. We still want the fight. We still want the fight. But we wanted to go to purse bid. Because they playing with the money. And then take it back to purse bid. Could have did that. Didn't. Stop comparing these situations, bro. It's nothing alike. They not similar in any way. And Frank Martin, he ducked out on the fight, bro. Sorry. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below, smash a like. See y'all on the next one. Peace out.